Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here with you again today. I am going to be talking about getting rid of toxins in your life. And why would you even want to be doing that? Well, part of that is because when we hold on to the toxins that are around us, it suppresses our immune system. So let's talk about these hidden toxins, the saboteurs, as we might call them, in our life. And where do we even pick them up? First of all, our environments are filled with these invisible threats. And most of us are exposed to hundreds of chemicals a day. So I'm going to give you some statistics on these actually quite dangerous toxins that we are exposed to. The average American is exposed to more than 80,000 chemicals that are registered for chemical use, with approximately 2,000 new chemicals introduced annually. The Environmental Working Group found an average of 287 chemicals in umbilical cord blood, demonstrating how at risk even the prenatal exposure was. The concept of body burden refers to the accumulated toxins stored in tissues, particularly fat tissue, which can be released during weight loss. Clinical studies show correlations between chemical body burden and conditions including autoimmunity, neurodegeneration, and metabolic disorders. What are all those big words? Autoimmunity are the disease conditions that attack your own body system. Neurodegeneration is the disease processes that attack or decline your nervous system. And metabolic disorders are things like type 2 diabetes, things like Hashimoto's, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, those types of things. There's a whole list of them. Thyroid, anything to do with your thyroid, just a huge list of these disorders. And toxins are a key contributing factor to each of these things. So, what can we do about this? First of all, we have to begin with the question, when was the last time that you actually checked on what's in your cleaning products? Or looked at the ingredient list on your shampoos or your skin products or even your lotion, your soaps that you're using to wash your hands with? What are your fat-loving type of toxins that bypass your water-based filtration systems? And those types of things. So let's dive in a little bit more about what's under your sink. So some of the common toxic ingredients are phthalates, and those are found in the things that put the fragrances in our products. We also see the 2-butyl-xylithanol, and those are in the multi-purpose cleaners. Ammonia, which is in glass cleaners, and chlorine, which is in the bleach products. What do those have to do with our health? Well, they impact our respiratory because it irritates them. It disrupts our hormonal balance, and it gives us nervous system side effects. So what can we do to help ourselves in that respect? We can switch to natural alternatives like using vinegar, baking soda, essential oils, lemon juice. Combine those to make a better cleaning alternative. Our beauty products shouldn't be toxic. The average woman uses 12 products with 168 unique ingredients daily. So what are the problematic ingredients in those products? Parabens, which are preservatives, synthetic fragrances, triclosan, which is an antibacterial agent, and sodium lauryl sulfate, which is the foaming agent. What are the health concerns with those? Skin irritation, endocrine disruption, and there's also potential links between reproductive issues. So what can we do about this? We can find skin deep. There's a site called EWG that you can Google, and you can go there and they have a list of healthy skin alternative products that you can find their database, and you can find safer skin product alternatives on that site. So let's explore yet another a lurker as far as what might be another problem, and that is our water. So what is happening within our water? Common water pollutants are heavy metals like lead and mercury, chlorine and fluoride. And you're probably thinking, wait a minute, don't they put chlorine and fluoride in our city water systems? Think about that. Pharmaceutical residues. Oh, wait a minute. Don't we take pharmaceuticals? And then the forever chemicals, the PFAs. So why are these concerning? Neurological effects can happen from long-term usage or long-time exposure to these. Thyroid disruptions, increased risk of cancers, and immune system impairments. What can we do about that? We can invest in a quality water filter system and improve our individual water intake, as well as watching the type of electrolytes that we're adding into our body, making sure they're not laden with all of the synthetic sugars and caffeine products, the highly processed synthetic vitamins, and making sure that we're taking in the good nutrition for our body and the good vitamins and the less of the synthetic sweeteners. I am using my notes, you guys, just because there's a lot of information here. What else might be toxifying for us in this day and age? I think you can probably guess, because we're online, we hold a phone all the time, EMFs. So what are the sources of EMF exposure? Cell phones and Wi-Fi. So if you don't have a protector on your devices, you might want to consider investing in one of those. Smart meters, household appliances, even power lines all have EMFs. Potential health concerns. And I think we're seeing and hearing more and more of this. I know I am in my practice, are sleep disruptions. We're getting cellular distress. We see that in this line of work. We see this a lot. Cognitive effects. We see this especially in children and young adults. And we are seeing the cognitive effects of having cell phones at younger ages and the oxidative damage that it causes. So what can we do about this? Digital detox. You're probably wondering, what on earth is a digital detox? Well, it's similar to a food detox or a fast. You take it away for a while. You give yourself or your children a digital detox. You fast from the digital devices for a while. Growing up, we used to only be able, we didn't have cell phones when I was a kid, but we did have TVs and we weren't allowed to watch them all day long. We had to go outside and play, discover nature, use our imaginations. I think a lot of kids have forgotten how to imagine, how to be on their own, how to explore the outdoors. And I think some adults have forgotten how to be their inner child again. So take a digital detox. Don't spend as much time on your phone. Don't keep looking down. You've probably noticed that your neck posture is different. It's a lot easier to look down than it is to keep your head up and straight. So try giving yourself that break. Put your phone on airplane mode at night if you have to have it in the bedroom, but we prefer or challenge you to keep it in another room altogether. If you must have it in the same room, take it off of Wi-Fi for sure, so that you don't have those EMFs traveling through your bedroom. And try to keep as many electronic devices unplugged in your room, and try to give your body as much rest, your brain as much rest, your cells as much rest as you can. So how toxic is your body? So what are the signs of the toxic overload? Persistent fatigue, brain fog, poor concentration, unexplained weight changes, whether that is weight loss or weight gain, skin issues that you just cannot seem to get cleared up, digestive problems that just do not go away, sleep disturbances that you have been working on forever and you cannot get them cleared up. Consider testing. We have different ways that we can help you, come alongside you, test for these action steps. So there are apps that we can come along and support with, and that we're able to help you with that process. There are specific tests that help with genetic variations in detoxification that can create personalized profiles. Sometimes there's complex, persistent symptoms that often indicate toxic burden rather than just a single pathogen infection. And sometimes the body prioritizes survival over detoxification when you're under stress, and explaining why detox symptoms often emerge during a resting period. So a clinical assessment would be, we would need to do a questionnaire. And with that, we have a scoring system. So we also do lab testing, and we have options there for heavy metal testing. We have an organic compound testing. We have oxidative stress markers, and even genome testing if we need to go that far. We have detoxification support. And the easiest one that we have and that I have offered, and it's linked in the description below, is the Senolytic Cleanse. That's a very easy, safe, doesn't complicate life, and it starts with the basis of cells that are camping out and kind of crowding your system, called senescent cells. If we start there and start cleaning out those cells that have kind of camped out, they're just dead cells. They don't split anymore, and yet they won't leave your body either. They're just keeping your liver from really doing its job and just kind of gumming up the whole system. So if we get rid of those and start there, we can start moving forward. We can also help with a very simple castor oil pack that helps move things along more easily as well. We can put into action some very simple, practical plans. And one would be a kitchen cleanup. What would that look like for you? We can, if you have a pantry or any type of stockpile of anything, start there. Start with a complete pantry assessment. Look for specific ingredients. Maybe start with one so it doesn't get so overwhelming for you. Look for any labels on any processed foods that have dyes or monosodium glutamate or let's start with those two things, the dyes and the monosodium glutamate. Those two things. Go through the labels. If they have any food coloring, any dye, or any MSG, get rid of it. That's a start. Start transferring your food storage containers. I have a couple links below to some glass food storage containers. And I know it's not practical and it's not even feasible to switch out all of your containers at once. But little by little, when you can, start to switch over from the plastic storage containers, if you have those, to glass, whether it be jars, whether it be organized storage containers that are glass, but start to make the transition from the plastic to the glass. Cookware. Evaluate your cookware. If you are ready for good cookware, go to stainless steel. There's risks in all of the different types of cookware, and there are ones that are better, and stainless steel is probably the best that you can cook with at this point. And then implement a water filtration system. And then actually drink water. Water and your body working together to filter out the toxins that are in your body is your best filtration system. But then also using lemon and some Celtic sea salt, just a little bit, it doesn't have to be much, to help support the minerals within the water, and then the lemon to help with aiding in flushing the toxins out of your body. Then let's move to a bathroom cleanup. Let's go to your personal care products and audit with replacing and finding the phthalates in those products and the parabens. let's maybe make some alternatives for some of those more common things, like going out to your yard and growing maybe some calendula, which is a pot marigold. It's different than just a regular marigold. But growing some calendula, harvesting it throughout the summer, drying it, and then putting avocado oil or even olive oil over the top of it and letting that sit for about 4 to 6 weeks, straining it off, and then whipping that with some melted beeswax from a local apiary and making a nice calendula salve. You can add lavender or geranium essential oil to that, and then use that as your skincare routine for your face. It's a lovely, soothing skin face treatment, and it's wonderful for acne. It's wonderful for psoriasis. It even makes my grandkids call that Oma's Boo Boo Cream for their bottoms, or if they even get a bug bite. So just switching regular things out. Finding a local person that maybe makes like a triple rendered beef tallow body butter would be great. Putting a different shower head filtration system for the water so you're not showering in the contaminated water. Introducing dry brushing to your skin to move the lymphatic fluids from your body. And then, of course, there's oil pulling, where you put the oil in your mouth. All of these things I talk more in depth in my metabolic reset course. I'm just skimming the surface here. Then you can go to your cleaning cabinet overhaul. Room by room, you can make these changes and these assessments of your cleaning needs. What do you use to clean which room? So make a basic cleaning toolkit with like 5 non-toxic cleaning essentials, specific cleaners for specific challenges. Like, what do you use to clean mineral buildup? Or if you see a little bit of mold, or if you have persistent hard water stains or something like that. What do you do to clean glass? Lemon and vinegar work great on glass. How about air purification? I have an air purifier linked below on my Amazon store. You can certainly take a look at that. I believe it is on special right now on Amazon. And then also a daily routine that can kind of air out your home. And even how about for yourself? What is your daily purification routine? Then, how about your bedroom sanctuary? Your sleep environment you need to optimize so that your body will optimize itself. You need to detoxify your sleeping environment, your bedding, your pillows, your mattress. Mitigate the EMFs in your room as much as possible. Introduction to the castor oil packing of your body to help detoxify your system. And then putting digital protocols into place for sunrise and sunset. If you have to be on your computer products in the evening, put blue blocker digital safeguards on your screens. Wear blue blocker glasses. Dim your lighting, or even use red light therapy at night before you go to bed. These are all things that can help with this toxic overload of our environments. So, what are some um, other things that you can implement in this? There are, like I had mentioned before, I offer a senolytic cleanse. This is one thing you can do physically for yourself. It's a 6-week cleanse that you would be taking, and the link is listed below. A very easy thing you can do is right away in the morning, drink your lemon water, and that will help start your body's innate ability to start to do its cleanse. And then starting with sunlight in the morning, and then seeing the sunset at night as much as you can and as best as you can. Movement makes a big difference. And then I want to touch a little bit on parasites today. We're going to go more in depth on parasites when we go through our blood work workshop. But parasites will also give off what's called mycotoxins. Anything that's living in us will also have to emit something. So they happen to emit mycotoxins, just like molds do. So if our body is laden with mold or parasites, we're going to have these other things that are being emitted. And because of that, those toxins that they are emitting are also toxins that we are building up. And so we need to be able to get rid of them. So I do go through a toxin, how to get rid of parasites and how to get rid of mold in one of my blood work workshops. So if you're interested in that, please do comment or book a call to see what one would work best for you. I hope these were very practical and easy to follow guides for you. I do have a parasite assessment form that I will email out to you. All you have to do is click the link below or comment, and I'll get that sent out to you. There is a application to just go ahead and fill that out so I can send that to you. And again, all that information to connect with me is right there. Later this week, I will be doing another live, and I will be presenting about how this one little patch, totally non-invasive, no chemicals involved, has changed so many people's lives. If you are interested in hearing more about this, I am going to put testimonial link in the description. I'm going to add that. It's not in there yet. I'm going to have that added to the descriptions as well, or in the comments. It'll be in the comments. And you can check that out and join me later this week, and I'll see you on the next one. Join me next week, same time, same place, and we will be going through pillar number 3 on our 5-part series. See you next